And let's get started, everybody. So we're starting in this seated position with our eyes closed. Your mudra is if you now make your fist and release your thumb and your ring finger. We're going to start with the alternate nostril breathing, and I'll guide you right through it just to bring us centered and grounded into our space. And let's begin, everybody. So take your thumb and cover your right nostril. Cover your right nostril, and let's inhale through the left nostril for 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath, tuck your chin to your chest, suck your stomach in, and hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Continue to hold it, pick your head up, switch your fingers, so now your ring finger goes to the left nostril, and you're going to exhale out the right nostril for 3, 2, 1. And now inhale through the right nostril for 3, 2, 1. Hold it, tuck the chin to the chest, suck your stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Head up. Now you're going to switch it and exhale out the left for 3, 2, 1. And now inhale through the left for 3, 2, 1. Tuck the chin to the chest, suck the stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Pick the chin up, switch the fingers, exhale out the right for 3, 2, 1. Now let's inhale through the right for 3. Setting my timer for 2, 1. Hold it, tuck the chin to the chest, suck the stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Head up, exhale out the left for 3, 2, 1. And then release. Go ahead and let that arm and the hand go down and just sit for a moment and notice what you notice without adding any extra emotion to it. Just sit for a second. And now we're in our space. And hello, everybody. So we're going to begin. So we're going to begin staying in the seated position. We're going to work the torso and find those movements. So we're going to start with a movement that's very similar to cat-cow, only you're seated. So you're literally, hands are down on the knees, the arms are straight, and you're going to concave. I'll show you side view. You're going to concave from the side, so it's like you stick your back out and hollow your chest. So that's your exhale. And then your inhale. It's like this, and you pick your chin up, stick your chest out, and look up towards the ceiling. Now, you can drop your head back if you want to. It depends on how much range of motion you have in the neck, and then we're going to exhale out. And then we're going to in on the up, and then we're going to exhale on the out. Okay? So that's your demo. And now we're going to start. So you can move. Go ahead and begin. I'll start you on the clock now that you guys know you have your tutorial. And you can move as fast and as slow as you like. Really what we're starting to do is generate some body heat. If you don't already feel it, I kind of instantly feel it when I start with Kriyas. And we're exhaling out as we hollow, in on the up. Exhale out, in on the up. And the neck involvement is completely up to you. Again, move as much or as little as you like. And even throughout this whole sequence, and even throughout this whole class, don't feel like you have to move as fast as me or as much as me, okay? So this, just let it be organic, let it feel good, and let it literally start to do what it's designed to do on the inside, which is to get internal body heat moving, and it's also to help start to re-establish the central nervous system. My hip just gave a good crack. Gets movement into the hips, even though we're moving in not really big movement position. It's super, super, super efficient and effective. So that's my whole goal for this sequence, is for you guys to have something that's working smarter, not harder, and then you feel good when you're done. And also, like I said before, it gives you those complementary movements which allow you to build specific muscles and or range of motion in areas that will help with your everyday yoga practice and or fitness routine. Right? So keep going. We're almost there. We're at the end, coming up to the last few. Again, as fast or as slow as you like with your breath. Okay, stop in the center, take a big inhale. Tuck the chin to the chest, tuck the stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Head up, chin up, release the lats, sit still just for a moment. So now our next movement is we're going to start with the circles of the torso. So you're literally just going to start, and I would go, whatever, it doesn't matter which direction you choose. Okay, just choose a direction in the beginning. We're going to go 1 minute on one side and 1 minute on the other side, and you're already on the clock. Okay, so again, try to keep the arms and the hands, the hips and the legs can be cross-legged, they can be straight, they can be in whatever position you find comfortable, and whatever position allows you some really nice organic movements. Okay, so in this sequence, like I said, we're designing it to be able to move the lymph, and it's really a sequence that's inside out with a lot of side body, a lot of front body, and some hip. And so all those complementary movements. You can move your head as much as you want. It's nice because you're alone, right? So no one's really watching. So there's no pressure to do it or to not to do it. This is a great sequence. Okay, stay with it, last few moments. Okay, you heard your buzzer, switch it to the other side. Let's go in the other direction. We'll repeat that now for a minute. It's nice now because I look forward to these movements because it starts to get my body flowing and moving in the direction that works for me. Again, working with your internal heat, working with your breath, stay with it now. Now you're going in the other direction. In big swooping circles. Let it feel good. You can stick your chest out as you go down and then around as you come back. Hang in there, faster or slow as you like. Feel compelled or pressured to keep up. This is that basic yoga, almost gentle flow for you. A few more seconds. Okay, stop in the center, take a big inhale in. Tuck the chin to the chest, suck your stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Head up, chin up, release, relax. Sit still for a moment and notice what you notice. Okay, so now we're going to complement that with the twist. The fingers go in front, the thumbs go behind, and the elbows are up. So ideally, the elbows are the same level as the shoulders. So you're in this nice position here, and you inhale to the left, and you exhale to the right. In left. Go ahead, I'll put you on the clock. Go ahead, start your timing into the left, X to the right. And again, for all of these ones now sitting, you move as fast or as slow as you choose. Okay? It's not like the faster you move, the more you're gonna get. Again, this is just nice in the torso. This twisting movement is gonna complement everything that we do and every other movement that we do, every fitness movement. This torso, the side body, in my opinion, is that missing piece to the puzzle. Okay, so add your breath. If I stay quiet, then don't worry about the time. Okay? If I stay quiet, it's just giving us all a moment of silence to go internally, but I have us on the clock. we're still moving. So I'm not losing you, nor am I getting lost. So just hang in there. A little bit of a cramp is normal. You can either slow the pace down, but just try not to give up. So one of the bigger parts of this movement is to not give up, because every so many seconds, your brain, it lets go a little bit. So we want to tell ourselves that we're in control. That's why I say, don't stop, just do very little of it. Stop in the center, arms down, take an inhale. Tuck the chin to the chest, suck your stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Release your locks, pick your chin up. Just breathe normally for a moment, noticing what you notice without adding emotion to it. Now let's work the meridian line that's attached to the heart. Okay, so your meridian lines are your energetic lines that are right underneath the skin, similar, and not just similar, but the actual lines that acupuncturists use. Right? So one of the reasons why you feel so good when you leave a yoga class is because it's like giving yourself a little self-acupuncture session without the needles. Right? So this one's going to be the line that attaches to the heart, which is your pericardium. So you're literally arms out, palms up. Okay? Now that your palms are up, I'm going to ask you to take your right hand, flip it up so it faces the wall or to the right, and then flip your left so it faces the wall to the left. Now you take a big inhale in, and then you exhale out your hands. It's like your hands and your arms push away as you imagine the air shooting out the center of your hands. And then you do it again. Inhale. Big chest up, belly in, and then exhale out the hands. One more time, big inhale in. Exhale out the hands. And then arms down. And again, just notice what you notice for a moment. Notice what you notice is the phrase that I use when, or some people will say, like, be aware of your surroundings. But I find when I say to be aware, people look for things. And it kind of turns the experience. So I say, just notice what you notice for a moment. So that's why I use that vocabulary and that specific language. Let's do a little side body, arms up over the head. You can take 2 grips. Your right hand can grab your left wrist, or you can interlace the fingers, release the index fingers. Oh, I'll add a 3rd grip, or you can just go prayer with the thumbs crossed. Okay, so I'm going to add 3 different grips. You choose your choice, whichever you choose. In this one, because we're sitting down, I really like to grab the left wrist with the right hand. So now you're staying sitting down, whatever position is comfortable for you in the hips. We're going to stretch up towards the ceiling. And we're going to drop to the right and hold for 5. Feel the stretch down the left side body from right underneath your left shoulder blade down to the bottom of the left rib, or the bottom. Yeah, I said that right. Okay, and you're feeling it there. Isolate it for 3, 2. That's Latin serratus. 1. Come to the center. Switch your hands if you choose. Inhale, lift. And now let's drop to the right, or drop to the left, stretching that right side of the body on the opposite of you guys. Always remember that. Okay, so catching that right side body for 3, pick up the chin, arms and head are back for 2, for 1, come back to the center. We're gonna go it again. Switch the hands, inhale, lift, drop right, isolate left side, chin always up. Sometimes they'll tell you to look up towards the left corner, but for right now, I'm going to ask you to stay straight on looking at your screen and just keep thinking about the chin up. Really get that extension right for here, back to center, inhale, lift. Switch your grip, let's go over to the left. Again, keep thinking about the up and the chest forward. So even if you have to think about that right armpit turning up a little bit more towards the ceiling, keeping the chin up. Take inhale, drop one more. Center. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, lift. We won't hold it as long. Stretch up and now go over to the right. Pick up the chin. Arms and head back. Catch that side body. Change. Center, lift. Last time, go to the right. For 3. Oh, sorry, left. For 2. Change. Good job. Okay, so now I'm going to make a fist, and then you're going to take the hands and push them away as you hollow out that back to that leg, cat-cow. But we're really, show you side view, letting it sink and press it. Okay, so really hollowing out, press it there. So now your hands are going to go to the floor, and then you're going to roll over your feet and press back into a tabletop right from here. Okay, so make your way into your tabletop position. Once you're in your tabletop, curl on your toes, and we press back to downward facing dog. Hello, downward facing dog. Okay, so you can pedal it out if you choose. You can move right and left. You can shake the head yes and no. Completely your choice. Or you can just stay and hold completely still and allow that to stretch. So 2 different avenues that will allow your body to open up, and that's a little bit of movement or completely holding still. Both are great. There is no right or wrong. Some people just prefer one over the other, but either way, take a couple of moments here in your downward facing dog to allow it to open up, to allow the whole back side of your body to stretch. At this point, we're literally stretching from the back of the neck right down all the way through the heels and through the Achilles, and your heels may not go to the floor, and that's okay. You're not getting any less or any more. I like to pull the super chin in so you have a little bit of compression there, and then I take the shoulders away from the ears, but I'm still pushing away with my hands. So some of these things I might slow it down a little bit and get a little bit more technical so that we can start to isolate and really develop an awareness for each movement or each body part as we're going through the movements. Awesome, everybody. Let's drop down to the knees, back down into your tabletop position. You can curl the toes under or not. You have choice. Always in this whole sequence, you have choice. So now the shoulders are right over the wrists and the knees are right over the hips, and you're gonna push away for the cat, and you're gonna look up for the cow, okay? Now I'm gonna start us on a timer, and go ahead, you are on it as of now, and continue this as fast or as slow as you choose. And then incorporate the breath. So it's in on the up, X on the down. In on the up, X on the down. And maybe you start off a little bit slower in the beginning, and then pick your pace up as time starts to move on. Have a swell on the clock, and how much you move your head or your neck, again, your choice. Again, there's no right or wrong to this and or any yoga. And let you hear the breath in case you want to stay with me. But you're on the clock. So just withdraw from the external environment and let the inside take over. for the buzzer. Very nice, everybody. Press back to child's pose. Very nice. Press back to your child's pose. Let the hand and the fingers stretch in front of you and just drop it down. Let the hips start to melt into the heels if they're not going down, and that's totally fine. I would choose, if the hips don't go down, I would choose to let the head go down first and then let the hips go down over time rather than picking up the head and letting the hips drop. Because the point is to get the head down below the heart, so I would let the head go down first and then let the hips follow later. So now we're going to come tabletop and you're going to press in through a modified upward facing dog, or we could affectionately also call it a cobra pose, where you're going to come down so the tops of the thighs are pressing down, and try not to hunch your shoulders up. So as much as you need to go down, that's why I call it the upward facing, because your thighs can come up off the floor and your hips can come up off the floor. Okay? Whether you drop the head back or not is completely your choice, but now we're going to press back into child's pose again. So just press yourself back into the child's pose. Hold for a moment or two. Then we're going to come forward through tabletop again and press forward into that modified upward dog. And then we're going to press back child's. Okay, so come to the tabletop position now and swing your feet around. And then literally lay down. So now we're going to start into the Tibetans, which will specifically very much target the lymphatic system and the endocrine system, which is in your neck. So we're targeting thyroid and parathyroid. Now with these movements, what I want you to focus on is your chin in and your head up, but they don't have to be big movements of the neck for it to be efficient and for it to work. So we're going to start with a very simple plow where we lay down, take your hands, bring them underneath your butt so that the palms face down so that you're supporting your lower spine. Now as you pick your feet up, your chin is going to come to the chest, and then here you are in this position with the shoulders down, and then you're going to open it back up. So when I say open it, everything is down, you are laying down on the ground, and now you're going to come up and close it. The chin is to the chest, and you're almost looking at your knees with the shoulders on the floor, and you feel that great compression in the neck, and then open it. Okay, let's close it again. This is 3. We're going to get to 11. If you are familiar with this and you want to move at your own pace and you want to go a little bit faster, then that's fine. If you choose to stay with me, this is now number 5, chin in. And then open it, and then close it, open. Close, open, close, open. That was 9, close, open. Last one, close, open, and then just lay in Savasana for a moment. And when you get very proficient at it, you can now feel a little humming in your neck, in your throat. Feel like a little buzz or a little pulse right in that throat. And that's where you want to be. Because you have all those lymph nodes that are right in the neck, and the lymph nodes carry the waste products of the body. So the next one is just like a camel pose that we do in class, only it is a little bit different because you keep the chin into the chest. So I'm going to flip onto my toes so that I have support for the lower spine there. Hands go down and they grab the thigh or just below the butt. Okay, so if the hands are down, you're holding literally onto the necks and the chin is to the chest. Now, watch when I go back. I'm going to go back similar to a board. I'm not going to make it pretty and swoopy and flowy. You're just going to go back. Doesn't have to be far. When you're back, the chin is to the chest. Then you pick the chin up, then you come forward and then look forward, and that's where you land. If you kind of come and pop forward, that's normal, that's your energy body, and that's you figuring out how to learn how to feel your energy, because it feels like you're catapulted forward. So it's a good place to be when you start to be able to feel that and explore it. But let's begin. Start chin in, go back, head up, and come forward. That's 2, chin in, go back, come forward, and 3. Stay with me, or move at your own pace. We're gonna move to 11. Once you get to 11, just lay down in a savasana. I'm now on 5, and wait for us to be there. Some people move very quickly in these, and then others move extremely slow. I kind of like to be in the middle, because I'm not a big fan of jerking my head and my neck around, because I do have a little bit more range of motion in my neck, and I'm not a fan of whipping it around. I used to do them really quickly with my head, and then it's just too much over time. Okay, 3 more. This is 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. Let's lay down wherever you are. And that one is now complete. Just lay down however you can. Again, feel a little pulsing in the neck. Just breathe. So I'll talk while you're in your savasana. The next one is going to look like a tabletop position. So I'll explain it to you while you lay down. Feel free to look at the screen if you need to, if you choose. If not, just listen to the words. So I'm going to line my hands right underneath my shoulders, and the fingers face the feet, and the heels or the feet are about hip width distance. So the first part of it is if I was to press up like a table, then I have the table. Okay. Now, butt might not go that high. You might be about here. That's cool. That's totally okay. You can also put blocks right here, and you can prop yourself up higher, and that will give you a little bit more movement to make the swing. So now we're here. We're going to go up like the tabletop, but when you're in this tabletop, let's drop the head back. It doesn't have to go all the way back as much as mine does. Now, come down and in, flip onto the heels so that the toes are up, the butt pulls through, and the chin is to the chest. Butt might not come up off the floor. Be okay with that. Let's go to the up position. Feet are flat. Pick up the butt, and then drop the head back. This is your tabletop. Now come in, super chin in, toes are up on the heels, butt is up. Or you can prop yourself up. Let's go again. Head up, and then come in, chin in. Head up. This is 4, chin in. Head up, 5, chin in. Head up, 6, chin in. Head up, 7, chin in. Head up, 8, chin in. Head up, 9, chin in. Head up, 10, chin in. Head up, 11, chin in, and then lay down right where you are. And you will feel a little bit pulsing in the wrists. That's okay. It's making them stronger, a little bit of help for the hands with arthritis, carpal tunnel, tennis elbow. Also strengthens the shoulders. Again, the lymphatic system, and it's a great turn of the hips. Also, these also are really great in the hips. After I had my twins, I was about 80 pounds, maybe even 85 heavier than I am right now. And after I had my C-section, I could not make these turns of the hips. These were the first exercises that I did postpartum, and they were the most efficient for me. So these are the things that I've used through people or with people over a 10-year period to help them feel better and to get bodies moving. Okay, so the last one, you could just roll right on over to the side, however you want to make your way, but we're going to go, it's very similar to a downward facing dog into an upward facing dog. So I can explain it to you if you want to make your way into your downward facing dog, and I'll explain it while you're in it, and or you can watch the camera and see the first one. So feet are hip width distance apart in your downward facing dog. Heels may or may not be on the floor. Don't worry about that. Super chin into the chest. It's like you're going to look up towards your belly button. Then the first thing you do now is lift your heels up. So now you're high on the toes. And over time, you'll be so high up, it's like on ballerina points. Now, from here, you roll through a plank with the chin in. And then you pick your head up and find your upward facing dog without rolling to the top of the toes. Stay super on the points, like your ballerina points with head up. Then you press back, lift your hips up, super pull the chin in, look at the belly button as the heels attempt to go to the floor in your downward facing dog, and that's one. So now come high onto the toes, lift the heels, roll through the plank, and come up to the upward facing, head up, and then press back, chin in. Feel free to move faster than me if you choose. And I'm going to start to move now. This is 4. Press back, chin in, heels down, high on the toes, come forward, head up. Press back, chin in, this is 5, high on the toes, roll forward, come up. Press back, chin in, this is 6, high on the toes, roll forward, come up. Press back, chin in, 7, high on the toes, roll forward, come up. Press back, chin in, this is 8, high on the toes, roll forward, come up. Press back, chin in, this is 9, you can do it, high on the toes, roll forward, come up. Press back, heels down, this is 10, last one, high on the toes, roll forward, come up. Press back, chin in, downward facing dog, drop to the knees. And then you're going to find and make your way, slinky down to a sphinx. So now in your sphinx, you're at a 90-degree angle with the arms so that the elbows line up right underneath your shoulders. And your feet or your legs can be separated or they can be together. Either way, up to you. Together will give you a nice little stretch down the side, especially if you squeeze your butt together and press your pubic bone down into the floor. All these movements we can amplify and or modify depending on what we have going on for the day. Every day can be completely different and allow it that ebb and flow. Okay, now find your way into child's pose. I just like that. And then from child's pose, you're going to make your way back laying down. So now this is where you have choice. You can either set yourself up for a bridge, or Setu Bandha, or a wheel. Or Chakrasana, there's lots of different names if you guys are logging in from all different types of lineages, but I'll show you what vocabulary I'm using first. So your Setu Bandha is your feet or hip width distance, your palms face down, chin to the chest, and you just press the hips up. Okay, if you want it, there's ways you can go from here. You can interlace the fingers, you can keep the palms down. If you want a little bit more, then you can grab the heels and lift the hips way up that way. So that's your first option. That's what I refer to as Setu Bandha. Okay, named after the bridge in India, Setu. So the next one would, and then just your straight bridge. Okay, when you bind or when you hold underneath, that's what makes it the Setu. Okay, or you could press up into a wheel or Chakrasana. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to ask you, no matter where you go, to lift your heels up so that you're on the toes. Okay, so I showed you all. Go ahead and press up. Find one of those movements and one of those positions for you. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Come down and keep your knees bent. So keep your knees bent so that you don't straighten the legs out. And what will happen is, as we do multiple ones of these, you'll start to feel a little bit of burning in the thigh. And the burning of the thigh is that Kundalini energy welling up at the base of the spine. We're not letting the energy release. Go ahead and press up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, change, come down. Again, keeping the knees bent. Come down however you can come down. Okay, go ahead, press up for 5. We're gonna do a couple of these. For 4, that's why. For 3, 2, change, come down. And then hold for a moment, keep the knees bent. If you find you did a couple chakrasanas and you're like, yeah, nope, now I'm good, go back to a bridge, go back to set 2. You don't have to do the same thing the whole time. Go ahead, press up for 5, 4, heels up, 3, 2, change, come down, keep the knees bent. Okay, let's do it again. Go ahead and press up for 5, 4, 3, 2, change. Come down, keep the knees bent. We're just gonna do 2 more today. Keep your knees bent. I know my thighs are feeling a little bit touchy right now. I'm not sure about yours. Go ahead, press up for 5. Go ahead, do it. For 4, we're only gonna do 1 more after this. For 3, 2, change. Go ahead, come down, keep the knees bent. Good job, everybody. Last one, press up. You've got this, you can do it for 5. Hang in there, you're so strong. For 4, heels up, heels up, heels up. 3, 2, change, come down. And now straighten your legs. Oh, and feel the relief in the thighs. Let's immediately twist to give it to relief. Bring the arms out to the side, palms face down, bend the knees, make the feet flat. Scoot the hips to the right and bring the knees to the left. And then here you go. So a few different ways you can do this is you can eagle wrap the legs, or the bottom leg can stay straight. You can also grab the right foot with the left hand and keep the leg straight. And then you look over the right shoulder and breathe for a moment. Okay, let's switch it and go to the other side. Scoot the hips now to the left. Bring the knees to the right. And now you look over your left shoulder. Okay, roll to the side. And then make your way to that sitting up position. And here we are back sitting and facing up. Okay, so a few different ways we can do this. Your left leg, it can bend with the foot flat, or the left leg can go straight, or the left leg can cross it. Okay? Figure out which is best for you, which allows it to feel comfortable in the left. You can amplify it by letting the leg go straight. That's a little bit more of an amplification, or you could pull it in, or you're gonna grab the big toe with the middle and the index finger of the right leg. And then you're gonna start to straighten the leg. Straighten the leg. Now the leg is gonna go out to the right. Oh, hello. This is ball and socket hip joint. Okay, so the hip joint is ball and socket, which means it moves in 360 degrees. Now bring it back to the center, and you're gonna switch your grip. Take your left hand and grab it over the right, and then you're gonna cross it. Oh, hello. Okay, but keep the chest forward so that you isolate just the side of that thigh. Now when you come back to the center, you're gonna bend the knee and grab over the top of the foot. So the knee starts to go back, really bend it. Now when you bend it, I'll show you side view. Your next step is, watch where my shirt is. You're gonna lift your chest up. Yeah. So this is a very specific turn of the hip. that we're looking for. Then you try to line your toes up with your nose. You don't have to be close, just line it up. The knee goes out to the right. Your right elbow can be on the inside of the right knee. Once you have toe lined up with nose, then try to pull it a little bit closer to the face without jutting your head forward. Okay, let the leg go down and then come forward. And that gives it a little bit of relief. Okay, come back up, switch your legs. Remember, right leg is in whatever position you choose. We're gonna hold big toe, second toe of the left, and straighten your left leg. If you have a little bit more range of motion in the left leg, try to keep your left leg in line with your left hip and let your left elbow bend. Otherwise, if you just have to open it and get it out there, however you need to get it out there, then do what you gotta do. Okay? All of this stuff changes as range of motion changes, but range of motion is not the goal. Even though it's a result, it's not the goal. To work the meridian lines, to work energetic lines, energetic pathways, to get the systems of the body to stimulate and regenerate is more of the goal, in my opinion. Take it out to the right all the way, or out to the left all the way. Take the right hand, cross it over the left. And then now we're going to take the left foot and bring it to the right side of the body. Isolating down that whole outside left. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Try to keep chest up and square. And then let the leg go down. And then come forward. Very nice, everybody. Okay, grab your prop, whatever it is, however you choose. I'm going to use a wheel, and we're going to, I'll show you different. I'm going to use the wheel first, but then I'll show you just a regular prop. So we're going to literally sit up and then hang over it, okay? But we might not be as high as the wheel. So if you're in a bolster, which is a little bit lower, same thing. Sit up, and then begin to lay back, kind of right where my shirt is, and let your chest and your torso hang over it so that the top of the head drops to the floor. The palms face up, the arms are out. Knees are bending and the feet are flat, okay, so that you're here. If you want to add more, then you can straighten the legs, and that will get more of the leg stretch in the front of the body. And we're going to use this now as a more of a yin hold. So I already have you well on the clock. Find position whichever way is comfortable for you. You can also, if your knees are bending, you can take the soles of the feet and bring them together and let the knees open up wide. So there's a lot of different choices that you could have from here. I personally like to sit like this, but it's because it opens up my shoulders more. See, my arms don't. My hands don't necessarily even go to the floor. I just let them hang. I'm going to be quiet. Don't worry. When you hear the timer, we're going to just roll off, and we're going to go right to a spine twist so he knows what next. But for right now, just let the whole front side of the body stretch. There's only a few more moments. It wasn't that long. Very nice, everybody. Roll off and make your way off to the side. And then make your way to a sitting up position. And we'll close it off. Okay, so we're going to go back to that starting twist where the thumbs are back and the fingers forward, into the left, and then X to the right. Go ahead and begin. In left, X right. Feel this is a little bit more tender for me now, so now I have to go a little bit slower. But you may find that you have a little bit more range of motion right now. Do what feels good. In left, X right, you're well on the clock, as fast or as slow as you like. Just please do not give up. Hang in there. You are strong and you are powerful and you have everything already inside of you right here, right now, at this moment in time that you need. You have everything already within you and all the possibilities already reside with you. We don't even really know what's possible. Okay? What is possible that we don't think is possible, that if we allow the possibilities, we'll actualize a different reality. Stay with it. Stop in the center, arms down. Take a big inhale. Tuck the chin to the chest, suck the stomach in. Hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Release, relax. Pick your head up and just notice what you notice for a moment. Feeling potentially nice and calm. Nice and centered, nice and grounded, in with your own skin. Okay, breathing exercise, make a fist, and then the thumbs are up. So if this was parallel to the floor, if this was up, we're gonna go in the center. Split the difference. Palms are gonna face forward, so that fist faces the screen if that's where it is, or just straight out in front of you. Now, again, sitting whichever way allows you to be comfortable, you are going to go ahead and begin. So you can do this again as fast or as slow as you like. Do not feel as though you have to stay exactly with my timing. This is a part of the ego eradicator breathing, which the ego tells us that we're great. The ego is what gets us through high school, but the ego also tells us we can't. The ego is also like, I don't want to do this. I don't like this. This hurts right now. Why is this, right? Just think about being the third party to all of your emotions and actually wading through them with discernment. Stay with it. Keep snapping your belly in. Keep the arms up when they get heavy. I know it gets hard. You can stay with it. You can do it. Stay with it. You're so strong. You're so powerful. Don't give up now. You can do it. Keep the arms up. You got to keep up to be kept up. We're doing it together. Stay with it. Stay with it. You can do it. All the way right to the end. Take an inhale and bring the thumbs together up over the top of the head. Hold the breath, tuck the chin to the chest, suck the stomach in, hold your Mula Bandha for 3, 2, 1. Release your locks, pick your chin up, take the hands, open them, and then let the arms go down by your side until the fingers touch the floor and you have cleansed your aura, whether you believe in it or not. And take a moment with your eyes closed in silence to completely begin to develop an awareness of your surroundings. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for the air that you breathe, for the food that you eat, for the sun, for the prana, for the chi, for the life force that lives and surrounds us all. Take the hands to the center, to the heart center, release the thumbs, and let the thumbs now come to the third eye. And you can either say out loud or in your head, I intuit the truth. Then the thumbs go to the mouth, we say, I speak the truth. Then the thumbs go to the heart and we say, I know the truth. The thumbs go back to the third eye for Shanti. Back to the mouth for Shanti. Back to the heart for Shanti. Let the hands go down to the floor. Take a moment and you bow. The head goes down below the heart for a moment of gratitude, for a moment of recognition, for a moment to let the ego go. Back up to the center, hands in prayer. We say peace, 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 and love to all beings. For whether we realize it or not, we are all connected, we are all one. And we take a moment each day to understand this, to recognize it, and to have a moment of awareness to it. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Namaste.